Witam from BA. This is a Rorschach Poland update from the 30th of January 2025. A quick summary of what's going down in Poland. Let's start off with updates from the international scene. On Thursday, the 23rd, President Andrzej Duda and Mateusz Morawiecki, the former prime minister, attended the World Economic Forum in Davos. They took part in talks about Russia's aggression against Ukraine and Europe's security. Radosław Sikorski, the Polish foreign minister, also attended the event and talked with Marco Rubio, the U.S. Secretary of State. They discussed defense and energy cooperation between Poland and the U.S. to support peace and prosperity in Europe. Sikorski also joined talks about Moldova's EU accession and regional security challenges, including energy shortage due to Russian actions. Speaking of Mateusz Morawiecki, on Thursday the 23rd, he waived his parliamentary immunity after the national prosecutor wanted to charge him for abusing his power during the 2020 presidential election organized via postal service. The court ruled that his actions violated the country's election laws. Moreover, some people believe that he held the elections this way to favor Duda, his party candidate, not because he wanted to protect public health during the pandemic. Morawiecki denied all charges, saying that his actions were constitutional and called the accusations politically motivated. Next up, new laws. On Thursday, the 23rd, Donald Tusk, the Prime Minister, supported a proposal to cut benefits for refugees and migrants unless they permanently or temporarily live and work in Poland. This includes the 800-plus benefit for families with children, which the Law and Justice Party, the former administration, introduced in 2015, and the current government extended for Ukrainian refugee families with children in 2022. However, some people were receiving it without working or residing in Poland. Rafał Trzaskowski, the mayor of Warsaw and the Civic Coalition's presidential candidate, proposed giving the benefit only to those who work, reside and pay taxes in Poland. The Left Party opposed Trzaskowski's proposal, saying that some refugees may not yet have stable employment and that limiting benefits goes against Poland's commitment to helping refugees. Also on Thursday the 23rd, the parliament began reviewing 4 proposals to change rules for hiring foreign workers and granting student visas to non-EU nationals. The Ministries of Family, Labour, Internal Affairs and Foreign Affairs created the draft, which includes stricter requirements for student visas, such as a B2 level of Polish, a diploma verification, and a limit of 50% of foreign students at universities. The proposal also includes changes to the Blue Card program, requiring a minimum salary of 13,000 zloty, which is $3,000, to attract more skilled workers. The reform aims to improve immigration control, address visa issues with third world countries, and meet Poland's labor market needs. Moreover, the government will also create a program to attract the Polish diaspora from abroad to tackle the labor shortages in the country. The Special Parliamentary Committee will review the proposals further. On that note about the Polish diaspora, on Friday the 24th, Paweł Kowal, the chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee, said in an interview with the national radio broadcaster that mass returns of Poles from the U.S. are unlikely. Kowal explained that the new U.S. policy targets illegal immigrants from other ethnicities, though it could affect undocumented Poles. Meanwhile, Ewa Brożek, the immigration attorney, said that while most illegal immigrants in the U.S. come from Latin America, many also come from Europe, including Poland. Radosław Sikorski, the Polish foreign minister, advised Poles in the U.S. to renew expired passports. In other news, on Thursday the 23rd, the district prosecutor's office in Gdańsk, a city in northern Poland, started an investigation into Karol Nawrocki, the presidential candidate supported by the Law and Justice Party and former director of the Museum of the Second World War in Gdańsk. The investigation is about him abusing his position when staying in the museum's deluxe apartment free of charge from 2017 to 2021, staying there for 197 nights. Nawrocki says that he only lived in the apartment during COVID-19 quarantine periods and never for more than 10 days. However, he used a key instead of an ID card, leaving no record in the system. Meanwhile, members of the ruling Civic Coalition have asked Nawrocki to pay $28,000 for his stay. On Friday the 24th, Polish security services began investigating the Katanga, the Russian tanker detained in the port of Gdynia, a port city in northern Poland. The tanker failed a technical inspection in 2017, and its owner later declared bankruptcy. The Katanga broke free from its moorings twice in December 2024 and January 2025, raising concerns that Russia could use shadow ships like this to bypass sanctions or sabotage, similar to an incident in December last year when another Russian ship damaged communication lines between Finland and Estonia in the Baltic Sea with its anchor. The Polish Navy and the Port of Gdynia authorities worried that the tanker could have accumulated dangerous explosive gases on board, posing a threat to the port. Despite its legal issues and unpaid debts, the Katanga is currently listed for sale by brokers. On Tuesday the 28th, the Warsaw District Prosecutor's Office charged Jarosław Szymczyk, the former Polish National Police Chief, with illegal possession of an anti-tank grenade launcher that exploded in the Polish police headquarters in Warsaw on the 14th of December 2022. Szymczyk received the launchers as gifts from Ukrainian officials during his visit to Ukraine, and one of them was operational, despite the assurance it was deactivated. He brought the launchers into Poland without declaring them to customs, which violated Polish firearm law. Szymczyk could face up to 8 years in prison for illegal possession of a firearm and from 3 months to 5 years for unintentionally causing the explosion and endangering others. He denied all charges and plans to take legal action, while an investigation into whether other officials were involved continues. Shifting to the energy sector, on Tuesday the 28th, Donald Tusk, Poland's Prime Minister, and Justin Trudeau, his Canadian counterpart, signed an agreement to build the first Polish nuclear plant on the Baltic Sea coast. According to the deal, Westinghouse Electric, a Canadian-owned nuclear technology supplier, will build the plant by 2030. This agreement will strengthen Poland's energy security and reduce coal use. In more energy news, on Friday the 24th, Orlen, a Polish state-owned energy company, raised over $1 billion by selling bonds to 206 investors from 28 countries, with 60% coming from the US. Orlen's bonds will be available for trading on the Euronext Dublin Stock Exchange to attract more international investors. The company should pay back the money to investors in 10 years with a 6% interest rate. Orlen plans to use the funds for projects like gas power plants, wind farms, energy storage, and small nuclear reactors, while expanding its renewable energy, nuclear power, and natural gas infrastructures by 2035. Turning with care to the history of the Holocaust, on Monday the 27th, Holocaust survivors and world leaders went to the Auschwitz concentration camp in Oswiecim, a city in southern Poland, to commemorate the 80th anniversary of its liberation. The event also coincided with International Holocaust Remembrance Day. 50 Holocaust survivors, along with leaders like the German Chancellor, the French and Ukrainian presidents, and Britain's King Charles III, attended the ceremony, which focused on the importance of Holocaust education, fighting anti-Semitism, and preserving memory. King Charles III also visited the Jewish Community Center in Kraków in southern Poland and spoke about the importance of education to prevent future atrocities. Wrapping up this edition, on Thursday the 23rd, the Chopin Museum in Warsaw displayed a rare manuscript of Chopin's Ballad in F minor after buying it from a private art collector. Chopin was born near Warsaw in 1810 and grew up in Poland before moving to France. His music was often inspired by traditional Polish folk music, such as mazurkas and polonaise. The manuscript is important because it shows how Chopin's ideas developed during composing, including making the rhythm faster. This purchase strengthened the Warsaw Museum's role in Chopin research and showed Poland's commitment to protecting its heritage. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Just a quick reminder before we leave. Subscribing to the Rorschach Poland update is completely free. That's right, whether you listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon or YouTube, hitting that subscribe button won't cost you a thing. Subscribing is one of the best ways to support us and ensure you never miss an episode. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe today. And as always, if you need help, feel free to contact us at info@rorschach.com. Do zobaczenia!